is a collection of corporate information and data derived from the operational systems and external data sources. A data warehouse is designed to support business decisions by allowing the data consideration, analysis, and reporting at the different aggregate levels. Data is populated into the data warehouse through the processes of extraction, transformation, and loading, aka ETL.
Hi, 5 main components of a data warehouse. First is database. Second is ETL tools. Third is metadata. Fourth is query tools. And lastly, fifth is data mask.
5 main components of data warehouse. First, data warehouse database. The center database is the foundation of the data warehousing environment. This database is implemented on the relational database management system technology. Although this kind of implementation is constrained by the fact that the traditional RDBMS system is not optimized for data warehousing. Alternative approach to database. In a data warehouse, relational databases are deployed in parallel to allow for scalability. Next, new index structures are used to bypass relational table scan and improve speed. And lastly, use of multi-dimensional database (MDDBS) to overcome any limitation which are placed because of the relational data model. For example, S-base from Oracle. Second is extract, transform, and load tools. ETL tools are used for performing all the conversion, summarization, and all the change needed to transform data into a unified format in the data warehouse. Functionality of ETL tools. First is anonymize data as per regulatory stipulation. Next, eliminating unwanted data in operational database from loading into data warehouse. Next, search and replace common name and definition for data arriving from different sources. Next, calculating summaries and derived data. In case of missing data, populate them with deduplicate repeated data arriving from multiple data sources. Third, metadata. Metadata is data about data which define the data warehouse. It is used for building, maintaining, and managing the data warehouse. In the data warehouse architecture, metadata play an important role as it specifies the source, uses, value, and features of data warehouse data. For example, a line in sales database may contain as below. This is a meaningless data until we consult the metadata. Model number 4030, sales agents ID KJ732, and the total sales amount of $300.
4. Metadata are essential ingredient in the transformation of data into knowledge.
4. Query tools. Query tools allow users to interact with data warehouse system. And lastly, 5th, data mart.
A data mart is an access layer which is used to get data out to the user. It is presented as an option for larger size data warehouse as it takes less time and money to build. However, there is no standard definition of a data mart is differing from person to person. In a simple word, Data mart is a subsidiary of a data warehouse. The data mart is used for partition of data which is created for the specific group of the user. Data mart could be created in same database as the data warehouse of a physically separate database.
Now we move to issues. Hello, today I will present to you about the issues of data warehouse. The first issue is the underestimation of resource of data loading. The second is the hidden problems of the source system. And the third is the required data is not captured. Fourth is the increase in end user demand. The fifth is the data homogenization. Okay, now we will continue about issues data warehouse. The first issues of data warehouse is the underestimation of resource of data loading. Sometimes we underestimate the time required to extract, clean, and load the data into the warehouse. It may take the significant proportion of the total development time, although some tools are there which are used to reduce the time and effort spent on this process. The second issue of data warehouse is the hidden problems with source system. Sometimes hidden problems associated with the source system feeding the data warehouse may be identified after years of being undetected. For example, when entering the details of a new property, certain fields may allow nulls, which may result in staff entering incomplete property data even when available and applicable. The third issue is that the required data were not captured. In some cases, the required data is not captured by the source system, which may be very important for the data warehouse purpose. For example, the date of registration for the property may be not used in the source system, but it may be very important for analysis purpose. The fourth issue is data homogenization. The concept of data warehouse deals with the similarity of data formats between different data sources, thus resulting to loss of some important value of the data. The fifth issue is the increased end-user demands. After satisfying some of the end-user queries, requires for support from staff may increase rather than decrease. This is caused by an increasing awareness of the user of the capabilities and the value of data warehouse. Another reason for increasing demands is that once a data warehouse is online, it is often the case that the number of users and queries increase together with requests for answers to a more and more complex query. Next, we will proceed to the challenge of making a database warehouse.
Data warehouse projects maybe look simple, but actually the truth is building a data warehouse system is a complex process. There are several obstacles that we need to overcome to achieve success in building a data warehouse. So here are some challenges that we need to consider for building a data warehouse. First is data quality. Second is understanding analytics. Third, quality assurance. Fourth, performance. Fifth is designing a data warehouse. Sixth, user acceptance. And lastly is cost.
In data warehouse, data is coming from many disparate sources from all facets of an organization. When a data warehouse tries to combine inconsistent data from disparate sources, it encounters errors. Inconsistent data, duplicates, logic conflicts, and missing data all results in data quality challenge. For data quality results in faulty reporting and analytics necessary for optimal decision making. The powerful analytic tools and reports available through integrated data will provide credit union leaders with the ability to make precise decisions that impact the future success of the organization. When building a data warehouse, analytics and reporting will have to be taken into design consideration. In order to do this, the business user will need to know exactly what analysis will be performed. Envisioning these imports will be difficult for someone that hasn't yet utilized a BI strategy and is unaware of its capabilities and limitations. The end user of data warehouse is using big data reporting and analytics to make the best decision possible. Consequently, the data must be 100% accurate, or a credit union leader could make ill-advised decisions that are detrimental to the future success of their business. Besides, relying on a data quality makes testing a high priority issue that will require a lot of resources to ensure the information provided is accurate. The credit union will have to develop all the steps required to complete a successful STCL, which will be a costly and time-intensive process. Building a data warehouse is similar to building a car. The car must be carefully designed from the beginning to meet the purpose for which it is intended. Yet, there are options each buyer must consider to make the vehicle truly meet individual performance needs. The data warehouse must also be carefully designed to meet overall performance requirements. While the final product can be customized to fit the performance needs of the organization, the initial overall design must be carefully throughout to provide a stable foundation for which to start. People generally don't want to waste their time defining the requirements necessary for proper data warehouse design. Usually, there is a high level perception of what they want out of a data warehouse. However, they don't fully understand all the implications of these perceptions and therefore have a difficult time adequately defining them. This results in miscommunication between the business users and the technician building the data warehouse. The typical end result is a data warehouse which does not deliver the result expected by the user. Since the data warehouse is inadequate for the end user, there is a need for fix and improvement immediately after initial delivery. The unfortunate outcome is greatly increased development fees. People are not keen changing their daily routines, especially if the new process is not intuitive. There are many challenges to overcome to make a data warehouse that is quickly adopted by an organization. Having a comprehensive user training program can ease this hesitation, but will require planning and additional resources. A frequent misconception among credit unions is that they can build a data warehouse in-house to save money. As the foregoing points emphasize, there are a multitude of hidden problems in building a data warehouse. Even if a credit union adds a data warehouse expert to their staff, the depth and breadth of skills needed to deliver an effective result is simply not feasible with one or few experienced professionals leading a team of non-BI trained technicians. The harsh reality is an effective do-it-yourself effort is very costly.
Okay, the best way to address the business risk associated with a data warehouse implementation is to employ a three-pronged strategy as below: enterprise strategy, phase delivery, and iterative prototyping.
Enterprise strategy. Here we identify technical including current architecture and tools. We also identify fact, dimension and attribute. Data mapping and transformation is also passed. Phase delivery. Data warehouse implementation should be phased based on subject areas. Related business entities like booking and billing should be first implemented and then integrated with each other. Interactive prototyping. Rather than a big bang approach to implementation, the data warehouse should be developed and tested interactively.
Okay, next. Here are key steps in data warehouse implementation along which is deliverable.
Advantage of data warehouse. Data warehouse allows business users to quickly access critical data from some source all in one place. Data warehouse provide consistent information on various cross-functional activities. It is also supporting ad hoc reporting and query. Data warehouse help to integrate many sources of data to reduce stress on the productive system. Data warehouse help to reduce total turnaround time for analysis and reporting.
널 아프게 했나봐. 이젠 알지만 너무 늦은 건가봐. 너만 보인단 말이야. 널 사랑한단 말이야.